All right, so we are officially live. We've got it on our multiple channels here. Yo, Kobe, what's happening? I'm feeling very unk today. Um, man, my kid has been at it between birthday parties, his friends, all that sort of stuff. Yesterday he had me going to a clothing store, and I passed up this hat. I need to go back and get it, but it was a San Diego Padres fitted cap, and I think I'm gonna go back and go get it because when I lived in San Diego, I loved the Padres, so I think I'm gonna go back and get that. All right, so today we're finishing up the Insoon-Detective Agency bookend. Last week, move that W drink there. Last week we got this part done, so we got the one bookend done. It's got the door on it. My goal: build it as is, review it, and then, unless this gets taken from me, I will probably be rebuilding this into an actual building, utilizing the front steps of this, plating this, probably pulling some of this off, using that for roof, fixing this, probably moving this over, and then building the other bookend out for the interior of this. But till then, we're just going to finish this up. I still have to finish building it as is, review it. Now, there are a few things that I did change in it in the initial build, and that's because there were certain techniques that it wouldn't work. So I did buy it. I did. Oh, the game system, I have not bought it. Yeah, the game system, I have it on my save list, but I have not been able to buy anything yet. So I'm a bit on a buying freeze right now, I think. Live Laugh Lego, what's up? Who is that? Let's see. C&B Creations, how are you? Trucker Dan, what's happening? Hey, I got a follow from you? Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we'll get our book. This one has all the stickers, like all the stickers. Before we had one sticker from the other set, but that was on the detective agency sign. Unfortunately, Insoon doesn't do really any printed bricks, so it's all sticker based. So, and for the interior of this, let's see, we've got 90. Now we need 272, and our other one is right here, 150. That one goes there. Aha, here we go. So we do have quite a bit of stickers for the other side of it. Before, we just had that one. Now we've got pictures, music sheets, newspapers. Looks like some sort of weird Tolkien-esque, like it's kind of interesting. It's like a Tolkien-esque sort of emblem for like the Lonely Mountain. Pretty good stuff. So we'll get to that part. Let's see, 272 is way back here. 272 goes here. Apparently there is a press top and bottom firmly together, so they are just having us reiterate a few things here for this part of the build. So we'll set that in there. Let's open up our bag, shall we? Alright, let's see. Hey Eduardo, how are you? Connor Murph, what's happening? So one thing I do like about Insoon, because this is kind of my first Insoon set that I've gotten, plate wise, clutch power, you really have to push them together. I'm not gonna lie about that. It takes quite a handful of things, but for the most part, all their stuff for everything you're gonna need in bag 3, it actually comes in a bag. Everything, bag 3, this whole step all together. Bag 4 all together, bag 5 all together. So they have all the little bags for all the parts, like, attached together and put together. So here we go. We got plates and big items over here, small items right here. We got plates and tiles, oh my. Lots of good colors too, man. So even if you decide that you don't want to keep it as is, you've got some gold L tiles here, some greens. Use that in Minecraft. Use that's almost like a sand green. You could use that in Pale Garden. Yeah, lots of good stuff. I'm actually like taking some of my Minecraft sets and working on a hey, thank you for the likes, everybody. I do appreciate that quite a bit. I'm taking my Minecraft sets and rebuilding it up, and I'll post something about it today because I've been a little bit behind with work on getting stuff together. What are we supposed to talk about today? Well, you mean because I didn't get the game system? Man, I know. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to sell me on the game system. Like I said, I took it, I put it in my my save, and I was gonna talk to him about, like I could probably sell some stuff and then buy it, but like I said, I'm a bit on a buying freeze right now. But I did get. I just don't know what to talk about. Okay. Interestingly enough, I just saw so there is a YouTube channel that I follow that does like conspiracy theory stuff, right? Okay. And it's called the Y Files, WHYFILES. I mean, they're big. They're not like a small channel. And they've got like a ton of things, and it's all conspiracy theory based of, what happens, what experts say when you die, or, Area 51 and things like that, right? But he's got this heckle fish and a bunch of other stuff, and they just kind of like walk you through like scenarios, and then it's like, all right, let's break down the honesty about it. What are we getting out of this? Is this really true? Is this something that seems kind of fake? And I love the last one that they did was what's called SDE. And of course, you can already tell there was a joke about something else in there, but it's SDE. And what it is, it's called Shared Death Experience. And for the most part, from what was documented, there was not a lot that they could say was kind of false about it, but there have been reports of people that had talked about, having visions, seeing things, all this other stuff. I didn't get to finish it because I got interrupted. But there's a whole theory that when we, let's see, 4x12, there we go. There's a whole theory that when we die, our brain actually creates a bit of this chemical called DMT, which might make us hallucinate. And so they're thinking, well, that's probably what it is, because physics-wise, you would say that there's nothing that would indicate that when we die, our bodies would actually allow us to have, these visions and things like that. I thought it was like, the idea was that, oh, you don't have a spirit, and physically that wouldn't work. Now on my end, that's not how I look at it. We've already talked about that. But yeah, man, we got a lot of people showing up today. Hey everybody, how are you? Tyler, how are you? Who else do we got? Derek, how are you? Manuel, what's up? Lou, how are you? Sketchbooker, nice. I see someone's got a Dallas Cowboy logo on their page here. That'd be my thing, man. Like I was never big on football growing up. I played football in middle school, but I was never really big on following it too much. When I was playing it, I followed it quite a bit more. But I was always a baseball person, and like I was telling Kobe, who's my bud here in my comments, I found a San Diego Padres hat that I want to get, and I'm also looking for a good Rangers hat. Did you know that when Howard the Duck was in Endgame? I don't remember him being in Endgame. Now, okay. So I remember him in Guardians of the Galaxy because I really really loved Guardians of the Galaxies with the Collector and all that, and I do like Howard the Duck. That was one of those that the Howard the Duck when the original movie came out, I absolutely love that movie. It's ridiculous. I think I've got it on like VHS, and I think I have it on like DVD or Blu-ray, like some sort of anniversary edition. Uh, but the I don't remember him in Endgame. Now you're gonna be mad at me, Kobe. Don't be mad, okay? I need your solemn promise that you're not gonna be mad at this old guy, okay? You're gonna find me a picture. I'm sure he was. I would not be surprised if he was traveling around with everyone. But I don't really remember a lot of Endgame. Um, I think at that point I wasn't burnt out, but I'm trying to remember because that was I think around the time when my kid was born, and so I was working full time, taking school, and I was apprenticing at a tattoo shop. And I think at that point I wasn't keeping up with a lot of things, and so it's been one of those that thought about. Oh, won't get mad good. I thought about it. I have it, because I had Disney Plus, and I thought about going and watching all the movies again, and even was it the Civil War, all those, I kind of missed out on a bunch of that. And I know, like, my friend, he's really big on Civil War, and I was like, it was okay. And he's like, oh, you didn't watch it. And I'm like, at the time, I wasn't behind it. And now I need to go back, spend some time, and watch all of those films and actually enjoy them. Because I remember Infinity War pretty well, but in game I just never, like, I would start it and something would happen. I'd start it, something would happen, start it, something would happen, and then it's like I think I've watched it all the way through, but it's been in snippets the whole time. So it's like I never got to sit and just watch. And I'd like to get the family, like us, to sit and watch something together, but most of the time when everyone's home and they're like, and I don't get the choice on the TV, unfortunately, and it's like, well, take control of that. Kind of want to make the family happy, but it's definitely one of those that I don't get a lot of say in all the things that we watch. And hold on, let me find that part. And there's a lot of YouTube being watched, but it's just kind of not mindless YouTube. It's just Darman, which I'm okay with. Ryan Trahan, I'm okay with that. What else? There's a group of guys that does like prank stuff that my kid likes to watch. When he's not being overshadowed, he likes to watch Chains. Chains FR, which I was like, you might not want to watch that in front of your mom. So today, hey, let's see, who is this? Sweet. Hold on, I gotta do this. Sweet Sweeper. Okay. We're finishing up the Insoon-Detective Agency bookends. So these are actual bookends. We've got this side here. We're building this side, which is the interior of Sherlock Holmes's office. So last week we had built this, and it's hollow. I'm once I review it, I was actually thinking about rebuilding it, and the light kit on it is just that. That's a little odd. If I rebuild it, I'll actually put like an actual lamp in here, run a wire through, put some lights inside. If this doesn't get taken by my wife to put on the on her bookshelf, then I will probably rebuild that into a building because the facade of that is phenomenal. Hey, low budget, what's happening? Hey, thank you for the heart meme, my man. And oh, nice, go popular. So I'm been kind of on. You found the picture? Okay. Here's the thing. I don't actually deny it. I bet you he probably was. I definitely could see him being in there. Is it like in the? I know there's a big battle scene where they're all running. Is he in that part? Like there's little things I remember. Like I remember, you know, him, Captain America showing up to Wakanda with Bucky, and then them telling him to get this man a shield. And I can't remember. I remember some people battling. I don't remember the end where I think it's like Tony grabs the gauntlet. That sort. I don't remember all that, and I remember the time jumping element, kind of. And I know that there's been conspiracy theories about the fact that it was already set up, and they already knew this, or they knew something was going to happen. He's got a heavy artillery too, kind of like Rocket. It'd have been funny if it was the actual cannon from the 1980s flick. That would have been funny. hey, First Impressio. So the let me find this 1x6. That's 1x8. 1x6. See, this is where that tattoo comes in handy really, really well. It's actually healed up, so I'll show you. So this is a plate, tile, and brick chart. I can put this down here. So that is a 1x6. So if I don't want to count these, I mean, I should just count 5, but I can put them up here. Boom, 1x6. It's really meant for bigger plates like this. It's like, oh, I lost count, or I'm having a rush, or I'm at a place where I have like something over what my mind can handle. I can put it on there. 2x12. Got it. Can move on, right? So when they told someone to get Kappa's shield, that was okay. So that's Infinity War. See, I got them all mixed up too. Absolutely all mixed up. So I finished Venom, the third Venom. So I did finish that. Some of my homework I did. I finished Venom. I haven't got to watch No Way Home yet because I had to rent it. And so I said, hey, I want to rent this. If anybody wants to watch it, I'd like to watch it by this next weekend. And so I'm trying to get people together for that one to watch it at the house. So probably what'll happen, I went back to rewatch Multiverse of Madness because I missed quite a bit of that, and my kid started watching it, so I've been watching that with him. So I think I'm slowly trying to get caught up on some things, but I need to put Civil War, Age of Ultron, the Infinity, and then Endgame on our list, so we can watch it. Go live, and I'll watch it with you. Here's the only thing that I've always been concerned about going like watching it live is if you can hear it in the background. The whole thing about and I still want to get caught up because I don't remember anything of Age of Ultron, and that plays into Endgame, doesn't it? Because I'm pretty sure it does. I know there's something involved with Ultron. I know that Hulk being gone because he comes back in Ragnarok. No, it doesn't. So it's not. It's separate. So would it be? Is Age of Ultron after, or is it before? I remember when they first started all the Marvel stuff, I was gung ho about watching everything, and then it got to a point where it was almost too much. We were getting too many things in a year, and my wallet and my brain just could not keep up. I got one more of these. Yeah, actually it might be because they were the very first Avengers movie had, hold on, let's see. Yeah, it might, because the very first Avengers had one of the Infinity Stones. Well, I know Vision is introduced in Age of Ultron, if I remember correctly, and he has, I think it's the Soul Stone, but I've never seen the Age of Ultron. I want to say that Age of Ultron has Vision in it, and Vision is he has like the Soul Stone, and I think that is a big portion. I know that as they build up story wise, there's of course Loki with the Will Stone. You know, Cap had dealt with I can't remember what stone he had dealt with the Tesseract. I'm trying to remember what else. There are multiple stones, but anyways, I wanted to say that maybe was it the Will Stone or Mind Stone? Mind Stone, that's what it was. Yep. Thank you. And then of course you've got Doctor Strange with the Time Stone. Lots and lots and lots of cool stuff. I love that they had played out that story so well with everything, and I want to go back and rewatch a lot of them, finish up Infinity and Endgame. So apparently, I don't think I've watched Endgame at all, just Infinity War. Though I do remember seeing them in these kind of spacesuits. So Vision. So Vision, yeah, with the Mind Stone. Doesn't he die later on at some part in the series? Like, is he killed by Wanda or something? And I think that's in like WandaVision. I tried watching that. I could not get into that show. I could not get into that show at all. My friend said it was amazing, but I don't know. Just not my cup of tea. All right, here we go. So we've got ourselves. I'm gonna put these down over here. One. We'll drop 1, 2, 1. These are looking like boards. I'm liking this. But no printing on it. This would have been nice to probably pull. I've got some of these like printed boards like this. That'd have been cool to put some stuff in there. Yo, what's up? Let's see. Is that Clicking Cliff? Hey, what's up, brother? How are you? I was checking out you guys' live the other night. It was cracking me up with the minifigs. Yeah, some of those minifigs, I've got some of the space series I'm still getting. I had taken a step away from, like, I was doing Mega Blocks and stuff at the time, but I kind of stepped away from Legos. I was like, it's too childish. I'm gonna get my He-Man stuff over with Mega Construction, my Call of Duty and all that. And I'm kind of going back, and there's a few that's like I'm really wanting to get. Man, I'm good. Just I'm finishing up this Insoon bookend set for the detective agency. Kind of get that all set up. You might go and watch Civil War again. Man, here's the thing. Like, I see Civil War memed so much. There are so many. Like, and it's the elevator scene where he's sitting there and he like tells a joke and everyone's like, oh, get out, and they attack him over something. Like, I see that all the time, and I should go back and watch it. So their Game of Thrones sets. I've only come across a couple of the minifigs in my area that were let's see, hold on, I've done something wrong here. Hold on, I gotta count this real quick. Boom, boom. Aha. I skipped a step. Yeah, the the Game of Thrones minifigs. I've come across one minifig, and it was the dragon lady. I can't remember her name. I never actually got to watch the show, and I know people have been like, "Oh, you really got to watch it," and I should, but some of it is, time wise with my home life. Um, but there were a couple of sets with the frozen dead people that I really loved. And I was like, I kind of want to get those. I was not a big World of Warcraft fan, but I did pick up some of those sets from Mega, and I liked those quite a bit, including one that I got for my birthday, which, see if I can tilt it up over my head without knocking everything down. Right up. Is it up there? Yeah, the Goblin Blimp. So the Goblin Blimp is one of my absolute faves. I love the shows, but the ending was a head scratcher. How so? What happened? Because I've never read the books or watched. I've heard that it was like really really high end, really good, like Herulian sort of fantasy, which I'm all about. Me personally, I'm an avid Conan the Barbarian reader, so that's like my jam. So I'm used to kind of that sort of level of stoic heroicism sort of thing. So I went in, was talking, chit-chatting, doing all this stuff, and I skipped a step. That happens. You know why, Kobe? Because I'm an unk, right? It was rushed. It was last two seasons made up. The show ran further than the books. Ooh. Now, was he still in writing at the time? Like he was still writing the books, or they just the books ended and he just they wanted to add their own thing? Because I mean, if that's the case, I mean that's one of those areas where it's like you got to separate the books from the rest of the thing. Got missed. What do we have? 1 by 3. Need 3 of them. 1 and need 1 more. 2. Okay. He was still writing the last book, so the show kind of made up the last seasons. Oh, so that was the argument that was going on. I gotta check something real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Checking messages to make sure my kid made it where he was supposed to. So okay, I remember there being some controversy. So that's what it was. The show had picked up. It was going. It was doing its thing, running full steam ahead. But he hadn't finished writing the series, so he must have been on his absolute last book. So the last 2 seasons were kind of made up. That seems kind of weird. And then there was the Bottle Gate, and I think Starbucks Gate. It was a Bottle Gate and Starbucks Gate. Okay, so like conspiracies on that as well, or I'd have to go back. Here's the thing: so much has happened in the last decade that there are times I will hear something and I'm like, someone will be like, oh, this, and I'm like, it sounds familiar, and then I had to look into it and go, okay, yes, I remember that during the time of this, and then there was this snippet, and then this happened. Man, there's so much going on in the world. So much. Okay, that feels right. Well, there was episodes where a random water bottle. Oh no! Oh no! Hey, okay. So back in the day when I worked art department, only did a couple times. Most of the time I was a production assistant. So clean up here, do this, take care of this, that sort of thing. Um, Dude, if that was in the scene and people were talking about it, I can guarantee you someone in the art department world lost their job. Either that or a production manager is he got a tongue lashing. Um, because to go back and refilm some of those, to get all the crew, to get all these people, to get gaffing back out, to get that's a lot of budget constraints. That is a lot. So, and you can say, well, we can take it and have it, pulled out in After Effects or this and that. But the problem is that if no one catches it, then it becomes that's an editor problem. Hey, that's a producer problem. Hey, that's a this, and this. And yeah. Still hasn't finished the book. He's not going to finish it. He already said he wasn't. He might as well just write a book based on the last season and just kind of move on with it. Like, people are going to want it. That seems like that feels like a lost battle at that point. Like, let me just put it out there, get it done, make people happy. Is he writing anything else right now, or is he just kind of like, he's just over it? I know writing is kind of hard. So for a long time, I was working on a comic book, and I'll have to pull it out of storage one day. But I was working on a comic book called Xenex the Bugman, and it was, I was writing, diagramming the page, so producing, editing, drawing, inking. The coloring was just black and white, but I had to add light effects and things like that. I don't really know if he is or is not. He probably is not at this point. There was a lot of stuff that I was doing, and I mean, I would finish a comic about every 3 months. So those teams where they are able to finish a comic book in about 2 weeks to a month, I mean, there's a huge population of people behind that book to get things up and going. Because I mean, it's not an easy thing. I was even doing rewrites and redraws on pages that I was doing, because I would get into it, and then my wife was helping me edit, and then I would look and I'd realize, oh hey, this one page here doesn't work. She would look at it and go, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So I take it back to the board, splice in a new panel, redo, the panel, recaption it to move things around. I mean, it's a lot of work, and I was doing it on an independent scale. So you can imagine, on those big comic books where they have a lot going and they're producing it really fast, that stuff, it is quick. I know in the book world, there is very, very high scrutiny that goes over a lot, especially high-end books that have a lot of fan base to it. The book producers don't want to lose their market, so they are really pushing to make sure that they have, everything edited, done, it sounds right, it's doing what it needs to, it falls through with whatever history they have already predetermined. They've got everything set, and then they have to test the audience, they have to find the right prints, all this. If his heart's not into it, and he's kind of done knowing that area of publishing, we'll never see anything from it. Like, that's, at that point, I feel like that's an absolute given. If he's given up and he's saying he hasn't stated, and he's like, that's it. Hey, measurement table tattoo on my arm. Okay, I'm glad you asked. Okay. So I could count all these studs, but what I have on my arm, and I'll bring it up here, this is actually a plate chart to scale. So if I put this on my tattoo, 2 studs wide and 12 studs this way. So this is basically a plate measure, or you can use it as a brick measure as well, or even for the bigger things, tile measure, 2x6. And I have found an artist. Most of the artists in this area would not touch it. And I found an artist. It's a family duo. They go by Sed and Mo. And they were the only people that would actually. She was the only one that would do the tattoo. Her name is Mo. Most of the artists in my area wouldn't touch it. I live in Denton, and I had to go all the way out to Fort Worth, like South Fort Worth, to do it. And she's like, yeah, man, I got you. She's like, just email me the thing. I'm like, listen, I've already got it printed up for you to scale. And she's like, all right. She went through transfer, put it on, got me ready, and then boom, she just went to town. About an hour and a half. Not very long at all. And she got that whole plate measure on there. So I've got that, and then I've got it's a diagram of the minifig of Peely, which I absolutely love. I'll have that tattooed probably right here, up this way. And then I've got some Technic parts and diagrams I'm wanting to put on my arm. You're down for that? Yeah. Well, I kind of wanted to dedicate this arm to my Fortnite and Lego love of stuff. So I figured since I've got it's hard to see. I've got to get this redone, but it's Kevin Cube language on the back of my hand, and then I'll have my Peely diagram, minifig diagram, put here. I got my plate measure here, and then I've got. I was gonna get a Lego Dynamite probably over here, and just some different stuff. Yep, just some different stuff. Showing my love. And I've got a nerdy obsession with building blocks now, and Fortnite still. Fortnite, I was about to quit, and I was kind of starting to give up on it. And then when they brought in the Lego Odyssey, I was like, all right, I'm hooked. I'm back. And so I'm still grinding on Battle Royale, but now I've got my Lego Odyssey. Love it, yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so that needs to turn around this way. I think I'm building up the fireplace, and it's probably going to be going right here. So, there's lots and lots and lots and lots of snot bricks. And I say that because we've got like 4 of these. 1x1x2s, and yeah, we're just stacking them, racking them, putting them on, and yeah, we'll be putting them out this direction. So everybody, let's hear this, because I know a lot of people are here. They're probably big minifig and Lego collectors. I want to hear from the chat. What is, if you have one, your absolute favorite minifig? I want to see it. I'm going to check over here as well, just to make sure. I'm going to see if anyone has their favorite minifig, because there's a few. There's a few that I have. I don't know if I have an absolute favorite though. Alright, so we're going to be going 2x6. One on the bottom. This is a modified plate, or modified tile, I should say. One on the bottom here, and then one up here. Alright, and then we are going to be putting these on. 1 and 2, and then we've got a lingot. And let's see, engine block. Oh, I need a 1x2 plate. All right. So Clicking Cliff, if you don't know, he also helps out with, he's got his YouTube channel that he works on. Really good stuff, but he also helps out with the Minifig Club, which I've talked about on this channel quite a bit. I love them. The Minifig Club, I got some really cool stuff this last time. I'm waiting because I ordered, what was it? I think they had, that was like the frogs in the pond. And I think I ordered some dogs too. So I ordered a couple extras. My first time to get some extras that will be on my next shipment. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Because I do plan, I kind of want to expand my my little koi pond area. And so I'm thinking I might, this next shipment, the stuff that I get, I might be adding to my koi pond for my bamboo house. And that's the bamboo house from Luma Bricks. I really love that thing. I'd like to put a frog and a new lily pad in there. See what I can come up with. Alright, so we got 2 of these 1x1x2 snots. And then we should have 1, 2 of these 1x2x2 snot bricks. Boom. So Kobe, are you still there? Hey Ford, what's happening? 1, 2, 3, and I should have 1 more. 4. 1, 2, 3. Set that down. Boom. There, and then we've got 1 2x6, 2x4, a 2x2 modified tile, and a 1x2. Okay. Hey Amotha, how are you? Alright, so we were talking earlier about the Marvel Endgame series, or just Marvel Endgame, and the movies itself. Now, I've kind of have speculated and guessed that I actually hadn't really watched Endgame. I need to, and a lot of people tell me I need to. I just haven't made it. Some of it's because I just haven't had the time. You know what? Here, this is gonna be sour. I might lose some people on this one. So don't run away from me just yet, though. I have my reasons. I still have not watched the Lego Batman movie, and I still haven't watched the second Lego movie. And I feel bad because it's available, and I should be able to watch it. And the other day, I went back to rewatch the Lego Ninjago, which cracks me up. I just sent the first, hold on. First gift, big move. Oh, hey, thank you so much. Hey, Matt, what's happening? Now I'm looking, I'm seeing who's there. Hey, what's up, Matt? How are you? I appreciate that, man. How are you doing today? Okay, this is kind of weird. We've got, it's essentially like an empty spot in the back of this. So this is supposed to go up like this. So like a fireplace, which looks nice. But I'm kind of concerned because it doesn't, we're still building. Okay, so we're still building more to it. I'm going to set that off to the side. Sometimes when we're building and building and building, but then we never attach it to the other thing, it feels kind of weird. Doing great. Awesome. Man, it has been hey, thank you for your kind words the other day, man. That helped out. You have no idea how much that helped. Kind of got me through some tough stuff at the time. It's been been kind of wild, you know. Wild ride, wild week, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Cool thing is, it's Saturday. I don't have to look at that stuff for another 2 days, and I am good. Yeah, I do. I always get ahead of myself on builds. Yeah. Well, and that was the thing. I had to go back because, like, I'm sitting there, I'm chit chatting, talking, and I look and I'm like, wow, I'm one stud off and something does not actually line up. And I had to go back and rebuild that because I was ahead on my builds. I'm doing the Insoon. It's the Detective Agency Bookend. So this was one that I got on the Rainforest place, and it was super cheap. And I was like, hey, I need to actually build Insoon. I've never done an Insoon thing yet. So hey, awesome, woo! Challenge completed. That's great. I love that. Gabe, what's happening, my guy? It is a cool looking set. It is actually a really cool looking set. Yeah, no, I like this set so far. Now I showed my wife because she's usually like I show her something. She's like, oh hey, thank you for the creepers. I got my creepers. Um, she'll look at a set and I'll show her and I'm like, isn't this cool? She's like, yeah, that's nice, babe. You know, not really like, she's like, you know, she's into it, not that into it. I showed her that one and she goes, huh, is that Sherlock? I'm like, yeah. She goes, like, are you trying to take this? Like, do you want me to get you one on your own? Oh, hey, thank you. I was like, do you want me to get you one on your own so I can build it for you? She's like, no, that's fine, that's fine. And I have a feeling that I'm going to have this out and it's going to disappear. She's like, well, you weren't doing anything with it. I put it out with my books, sort of thing. So she might be taking it from me, but I was actually going to take it, strip it down, and rebuild it into an actual building. So we'll see. I've got to finish it, review it, and then I can figure out what I'm going to do with it. Find out if it's going to be taken away from me before this show ends. I'm sure I'll have it out. I'll show her. She's like, oh, that's really nice. Takes it along with her. All right, let's see. We have this. That's kind of weird. Okay, so we are jumping in tomes. We've got 1, 2. It should be 5. There we go. Gabe, have you left my wonderful, shiny superstar state yet? Because if not, you're still hanging around. We should hang out at some point. Just saying. Especially because you're in my area. It's so weird. You're in my area. You're nearby, and I still have not gotten around to going and getting out and doing anything. And yes, you could say, what's up with that? It's because I'm a bad, awful person. That's funny. Yeah, about my wife taking it. Yeah, and here's the thing. She would totally take it. I caught her, like, I came in, she was saying she was looking for something in the office. She was eyeballing it. I'm like, you gotta take my builds. I know it. Hey, the thing is, honestly, if she's really wanting it and she wants to display it somewhere, I'd give it to her. Here, you take it, you build it. I don't need another building in my city, honestly. I've got plenty of things out there so far. I did, sir. Been in Okie for a week now. Nice. You started your new job. Do you like it? Is it good? 2 1x6s. Wait a second. Oh, that is a different color, so that's gonna go here, and these are gonna go here. Smells like Ash. How are you? It's a cool name. All right, here, let's put these on. So we got 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes when I get random things, like it's a 1x1, it's a, here, I'll show you. It is a 1x1 rounded cone. And it's like, okay, are there salt shakers up there? What is that supposed to be? I'm guessing maybe it's flowers. I don't know. Weather's different. Taking a picture of the fog, but I missed. That's bad. That's really bad. I actually gave that joke the other day to my the person who does the joke and comment stuff of the day, because it had been super foggy outside. I was like, here, use this joke, it'll be good. All right, here we go. So 150. So more accurate colors of the set. So this is not the dark. It should be these, which are the lighter brown. 1, 2, and one more over here. Okay, so there was a correction page that had it fixed. I didn't realize it was. Hey, you following me? Thank you. I appreciate that. And I think I should be following you. I'm gonna check. Yes, I am. Okay. I was gonna make sure. I was like, I'm pretty sure that I'm following you, because I get your content. I get your content quite often. So I was just checking. I was like, well, let me look now, because now you have me thinking. All right. So we are doing our clock. It is supposed to be in the warmer brown and not the darker brown. So the darker brown, I'm guessing, is going to be for another part of the build. And then it looks like we're going to be going 1, and then 1, 2, and then we got a clock face with a sticker. So here we go, sticker time. Now, I'm going to go ahead. Normally, I like to put them onto the piece before I actually stick the sticker on there. But in this case, because it is oriented a specific way, I'm going to put the tile on. Let's see. X and 1, 1, 12. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. I tell you a joke about paper, but it's terrible. And the fact I read that out loud, Gabe, you owe me, man. You owe me. That joke is terrible. Hey, Jim, how are you? All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this clock up here. So bad. So bad. I had to be careful at one point about, because when I stream, I stream in lots of areas, and I've got, youngsters that watch me elsewhere sometimes. So I'm usually, I try to be very careful about what I say, because it's like I have a kind of a public persona that I have to keep up, and as well as, just making sure that it's, conversation-wise, it's safe for everyone. But there was one time, and I can't remember, Gabe, it might have been you that sent me the joke, but there was one time that I got a joke sent, and I read it out loud, and I got done. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't be doing that one again. I was like, that's not good. That is not good. So I started trying to get in the habit of making sure I was reading things, like really reading it before I actually read it out loud. It was not me. Yeah, sure. I'm not sure now. Now that you're denying it on that level, I'm starting to wonder, man. All right, here we go. We got some books here. We got this. All right, now this is where it's like one of those things. Okay, so I've got a book that's going to be spinning around. You do the same all the time, yeah. So I've got a book that's spinning around because we're using a basically a spinner. This would have been easily corrected if we had what was called a 2x2 jumper. 2x2 jumper is basically a tile that's got one stud there in the center. That would allow us to center stud on the anti-stud of this plate. And you show it right here. And then you could turn it, and the force of this would hold it in place. Because now, this thing is going to be moving all over. That's a little weird. Weird. Not sure I care much about that. But, again, that's why I build, I review, I look, and then after that I'm like, okay, these are changes I would make. And like, because we've got it here where we've got this here. We're putting this on basically a jumper tile right there, and we're kind of putting it kind of here. We're kind of cornering it. This should not be moving on that end. So like that, the fact that's moving, weird. Then I think my kid is here with his friends. Let me check it real quick. Hold on. Hey, thank you for the follow. I'll be right back. Hold on, I'll get you joke. Okay, I'm back. So it says I'm only guilty of the cheesiest jokes. Hold on. Why did the coffee file a police report? I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, what's up? Let's see. Hey, it's Def Lego with Tom. How are you? Because it got mugged. Gabe, it's actually not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. Why did the? It's interesting. I did a thing about man, it was like it's been a while. I did a little thing about the police and donuts because I got a donut. It was the donut truck that was Lego, and it was the. Hold on, let me press that in. It was a donut truck from Lego, and it had a police officer with it. I'm like, well, that's kind of stereotypical. And so, I teach at a school, and we have a school officer there, and he's had both training with sheriff's office. He's been Air Force. He's done all sorts of security over the years. And so I asked him, like, hey, what's the story with cops and donuts, right? And he actually told me, he's like, there's actual history with it. And the history is that back in the kind of 30s, 40s era, the cops, they had shift change about 3 o'clock in the morning, and in order for them to get their paperwork done, they would have to sit because they couldn't file all their files in the car. It's too much. So the only places that were up and open were donut shops. Dates back to the Roman era. They would go to the coffee and donut shops because they were open prepping for the day, and so the cops would go to these donut shops. They would get breakfast or whatever, and they would hang out. They would file all their police reports there so they could do all their paperwork and have it ready. So when shift change came, they could go off and go home, and they weren't stuck behind doing police reports off clock. Hey,
We're home, and also good news about the moped.
what's good news about the moped?
It was making a revving sound,
Good.
but
So,
the wheels was like barely moving. So I do think it's the controls.
well, hold on. So you said the wheels are moving?
They're like when you turn it
Is
on,
it trying?
it's trying.
Okay, so look, keep it plugged in.
It is.
Okay, keep it plugged in, and that means that might be just the batteries. So if we don't get a charge on it, but we're starting
Wait,
to
the
get wheels,
batteries?
yes, that means that might actually be the batteries.
Actually?
Yes. So,
Let's go.
but
Finally.
like I said, let me just check to make sure, because I don't want to spend $40 and find out it's not that. It's actually $100 controller. So keep it plugged in. Is it still plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I unplugged it to like test it, and then I plugged it back in.
Okay, good. Because what I'll do is I'll test it once I'm done.
Yeah.
We'll test it and we'll check and we'll see
Yeah.
if it's really trying to move. Then that means batteries are just kind of low drained, and we'll get some new ones. Okay.
Let's go.
Here. No.
All my friends have bikes, and I'm stuck with the goofy scooter.
Well. All right.
Love you.
Love you too. See you, man. Hey, are you all here hanging out?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Oh yeah. Hey, Kobe. So yeah, that came all the way back to the fact that cops, they were using the shop as a way to file paperwork and have a place to sit and eat, and they would tell like stories and stuff there, and that became kind of a thing. So the stereotype is actually very, very relevant to what was going on. Two of these, a 1x4x3 panel. We got a couple of these really big. These are what, 1x3x3 doors. Man, we don't get those very often. 1x1x3s and 1x6s, two of them. So I'm having to put some light on this. This is a very, very dark print. It's hard to see because they're using kind of the dark. It's almost, I can't remember which shade of brown that is, but it's a dark brown, and it is. They're not using white lines on it. So normally, if you have something that is in black for Legos, then that prints up with white lines on it so you can see the outline. But when it's brown or dark greens, forest green, midnight blue, some of those colors, it always prints up with black lines, so it's like it's an indicator, hey, this is black, hey, this is actually brown, etc., etc. But sometimes even with the dark brown or even like the dark navy blue like this, it's really hard to see the print of what we're getting. Okay, so we got a actual cabinet, it looks like, and it's not holding together very well. All right, then we need two of these. So 1x1x2 snots, 1x2 plates. We're gonna do it like this. Hey, Princess, what's up? How are you? I heard that you are getting patched in here pretty soon. I love that. I love that. Gabe says, playing the new Resident Evil right now, so check you later. Is it getting scary? Is that what's going on? If you need to keep me on the background just to keep you safe, I'll do it, and I won't make like weird noise like. Okay, that's weird. You have to play with the lights on? You big scaredy cat. You big scaredy cat. Hold on. It says, most likely at the Paris event. Yeah, Paris, Texas. Yes. When is that one coming up? Because I'm behind on the. So I know they're on Discord. I struggle with Discord. I've been on WhatsApp, but it's like I'm ever since they left Messenger, I've had a really hard time keeping up. And I know Chris reached out to me the other day just chit chat. There was something going on at an arcade here pretty soon, That's on April 11th. April 11th. Okay, so April 11th is Paris Con, I'm guessing, because that might be a good one for me to go to. Like I said, it's been a while. It has been a while since I have been out to a thing. Last one I did was the Toys for Tots. That's the last time I've been out. And work and stuff's just not. It has not been very easy on me. The arcade one is May 9th. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if I can do the Paris Con and suit up. If I do though, I might. If I'm able to, maybe I'd like to kind of do. I don't have my Mandalorian ready yet, but I'd like to do probably the maybe the Zuckus and see if I could do that. We'll see. We'll see how Chris feels about that too, because I know that there were some of my across the board things he seemed okay with, but wasn't sure. But I'd love to bring Zuckus back out, especially because I'm redoing the feet. So maybe I can bring that one out and do that. I'd like to do that. One, two, and then we got two. Yeah, two of these snot breaks. So, but that's cool. I love hearing the news. Let's see. That's where we met. Was the Paris Con? Really want a char. Oh, the Toys for Tots. I really want the charcoal suit. So the charcoal suit, I finding an actual charcoal for Rothko. It can be done, but they're kind of off. Like it's not that it's expensive, but just finding it in the right size. So for me, I'm a big dude. So finding the suits in my size has been kind of rough. But I did get I think it's called True Spec. True Spec is one of those suits that I will get here and there every once in a while, and I've gotten them off of the Rainforest site, right? But what'll happen is I get like a black one, and then I either do a color wash or I'll get like a blue and do a color wash to kind of pull some of the color out, and then you can get charcoal out of that. I think for mine, the original suit that I have, that because I have a blue one that's my Mando, I have the Zuckus gown one that I built, the actual canvas or khaki, that's my original suit, black one, which is my engineer suit, that's the one I wear pretty much all the time now, and then my charcoal, I think that one was a blue that I did like a color wash and pulled all the color out to try to get it the kind of gray. Let's see. It's hefty price. It's one of those that anytime one of the suits I actually got from Chris, and it was he had gotten extra suits kind of cheaply, and then I was able to like he had an extra, and I think I bought from him. Sometimes check, he might have some extras here and there. That was my black suit. Then it's big, but you can also adjust it as needed. So it's shop around. Sometimes getting on like community stuff as well, you can find them there. I missed a thing. It says I want the new GB1 suit already though. And I would say, like, I would probably go, like, if you have a preference. So for me, my first goal was to get GB1, like, kind of what I wanted to be as a correct suit. So my first thing that I did, because I started with a overall set, right? And once I started with that, hey Jeff, what's up? Once I started with my overall set, I had that in place. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Then after that, I started saving up to get a flight suit, and that was my first one was a true spec, and I got the flight suit, did my patches on that, and that's kind of what I went with. After that, it was saving up to try to get a GB2 suit. And so, you got to remember, been at this for a while, so it was like GB1 suit, saved up after the first year, got that, and then it was all about saving up for a GB2 suit, and that took a while. Then after that, it was doing a custom, which is the Zuckus. Then I was able, at a whim, to get the black engineer suit, and I didn't get it at the time when they were doing the Frozen Empire. I kind of got it afterwards. Mine is like tight in the belly area and loose in the legs. The cool thing about the flight suits is they have the pull tabs on the side. So like for me, oftentimes I'm pulling, like I'll pull the tabs out. There was one time, kind of embarrassing, but I'll go ahead and tell you. One time we went out to eat, and and we were at, I think it was like a buffet thing, and by the time I was done, I had pulled my tabs open. I'm like, dude, I'm stuffed to a point where it's not healthy anymore. Like I should probably have stopped like a while back, and I didn't. Hey, thank you. Yeah, this is like a Punisher hoodie I found. Man, I got this thing for clearance actually. I was super stoked about it too. I was like, dude, like that's, you can't beat that. I was able to grab this one and then my Venom hoodies. I was able to grab them both on clearance, and I have been super stoked about having it. I liked this design because it was just super clean. It's got like the splatter on it and everything. It looks legit. It looks fun. I dig this one quite a bit. Okay, so it looks like we've got this. We got a few extra parts. So we do have an area in the corner here that pops out. There's no tile on this book over here, which I think is kind of weird. That'd have been easy to put a tile on that. That could have been in that gray. We don't have any extra parts for it because normally I would fix that immediately. We don't. We've got a few extra pieces here. I'm gonna kind of put them off to the side because I'm not sure what we're doing with it as far as, like, I was like, I would extend the candles up and add to it, but I'm afraid that might run into something. So yeah. Did I see the new, did you see yes, I did. And that whole scene where he gets kicked out of the car and he starts to say something and he like shoots the webbing on his mouth, I was like, dude, this is kind of reminding me of classic, like, was it Spectacular Spider-Man cartoons? It's like, I love this. So I'm stoked about seeing that one. I still need to see No Way Home. That's the one that I keep getting yelled at about Kobe that I hadn't gone to watch. If he's still on here. I just finished building the Back to the Future time machine, the big one. Oh, the big one. It's not CMF. It's Icons. Icons. Yeah. What in the world is attacking me? Oh, that's the other light kit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He said, go home. Go home, Frank. Calling him by his name too, Frank Castle. Yeah, I haven't watched the Daredevil series. It's something I've kind of wanted to watch. I should. There's lots of things that I feel like I'm behind on right now. I should be watching the Daredevil series. I've got some Marvel stuff that I neither of you. Okay. Well, I heard actually that was it Barenthal's his last name, I think. I heard his portrayal of Frank Castle is legit. It's really good. So have to ask, that time machine build, how was it? I've eyeballed that thing so many times. I wanted to get it, but I got the smaller ones. Haven't seen any of the Venom movies. So the last one, not bad. There's some pretty goofy stuff in it, but it's a nice send off. The first one I did actually enjoy. There's a lot to it, a lot. The second one, and here's what bothered me about the second one. The second one, I was supposed to really enjoy because it had Carnage in it, and I just felt like it was too much. It derailed from the rest of the series. So the whole thing of the series, the unfortunately the first movie alludes to some stuff that happens in a comic book series called The King in Black, which I don't know. Have you ever read any of the comic books? I don't want to spoil anything for you. Um, I have the big Spider-Man Venom Carnage comic book. Okay, so you do. Okay, so there's the Clone Saga, and then there was, that was back in the 90s, Maximum Carnage. Yeah, Maximum Carnage that also ties into it, which I came across Maximum Carnage the other day, was going to pick up. It was the big omnibus of it, and I didn't because it was, I think, like $50 something. Like, I can't do that. So the Clone Wars, of course, in the 90s ties back to, was called the Planet of the Symbiotes, which ties in Null, things like that. So they allude to these sorts of things in the first Venom movie. So I was like, great. Second movie, they don't really deal with any of that. It's just Carnage. But then they kind of drop it. Like, there are things that they could have put from Maximum Carnage into the Carnage movie that would have tied all three together. And I felt like they kind of missed some things. And then when Maximum Carnage got them back when I was a kid. So there was a new one that came out that had there was a new one that I found the other day that looked like all new art. That was also called Maximum Carnage, and it had stuff about the was it the Soul Spiral or the Symbiote Spiral in it. So when they get to the third film, and they finally bring in the big baddie, which we don't get to see too much, they kind of start alluding to the King in Black series, and they play into it, but then it's like, we're not going any further with it, we're going to end it. And so it just felt, I don't know, it felt like it could have been a really, really good series if they would have planned it more around one story instead of kind of jumping. It's okay to have Carnage, and it's okay, like, to have, like, the original Carnage story mixed with the other. Like, it's a movie. But I felt like they were kind of too much all over the place, and I felt like they missed the point of either doing one story or the other, if that makes sense. I think this was from late 80s, early 90s. Okay, yeah, so I know that Carnage came out, I think, 88, and that was with the reprisal of McFarlane doing the Spider-Man stuff. I know that kind of got Spider-Man kicked back on and popular. The Clone Wars, I think, kicked off some of the interplanetary stuff. Venom was before that. Then you had Clone Wars. Then Carnage came after that because of the whole bloodborne symbiote thing, which I thought I liked that idea quite a bit. And don't get me wrong, the Venom Let There Be Carnage, it's fun, and if you're a Carnage fan, it's quite a bit. Like, it's a lot, but it's just, I don't know. as a series, the second film feels a little out of place. Me and my friend would buy them from local comic book store. Nice. You know, growing up, I did not have a local comic book store. My town was really, really small. So I would get my comics from the gas station. We had little frame racks that we'd get our comics from. And I would pick up during the time I was picking up Spider-Man. Hardly ever had Batman, but when I could get like a Batman, I would get usually was it Michael Perez Batman, and then I got Aliens, RoboCop. Sometimes I think at one point they had it was a Terminator RoboCop crossover, and I had gotten that. It was a Future War, I think is what it was called. A lot of the problem with where I grew up and with us not having a comic book shop is that oftentimes I was at the mercy of what they had at the actual comic, or not the at the gas station. So they might have, hey, this week we've got in Spider-Man. Next week we might have something completely different. So I would never get to finish actual story arcs of things, and I didn't get a lot of my comics and stuff until years later when I was in school up here at University of North Texas, because we had a comic book shop called Treasure Isle that I'd go to. Actually had the Venom comics too. Nice. Now I've been picking up. We have a store here that's like a resale shop that is local, and it's resell books, right? So like just kind of like, hey, these are the books that you can pick up that people are selling, and most of it is kind of priced at half price of what it originally was. So I have been able to go and pick up a lot of the Spider-Man, Aliens, and some of the comics that I missed out on, that have been kind of more like in the recent times. And then I have a comic book shop that has a backlog of stuff, but it's iffy on what all they're gonna have. Yeah, I like them. So I picked up recently. It was Venom, Spider-Man's King in Black. It was what was it? Venom Stacy and Carnage Jane in King in Black, that series. And I also picked up, it was Spider-Woman, and I think it was King in Black, but Spider-Woman Planet of Symbiotes. So I'm reading those right now. And there was a couple of other crossovers I saw that I was wanting to read. And then I've been looking for a really good copy of Clone Wars, or Clone Saga to read that again, because I read it. Well, I read it when I was younger, and then I haven't seen it since. I've never gotten the series to reread it, and that's the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, and a lot of people don't like that one. So, but I dig it. I absolutely like that series quite a bit. I thought it was fun. All right, so we got a chair in. I like the build of this, but there's already a problem that I see. It won't really fit a minifig. I think if we turn that piece around in there so we don't have that bump, that'd be a good chair. I mean, it's a good chair for display, though. I'll go ahead and tell you that. But if I was going to put a minifig in there, I would have to. That has to be rebuilt. Has to. Absolutely has to. Okay, so we are now building, it looks like some sort of stand. So we got a 1, 2, where is it? Not over here, is it? 1. So Jeff, how are you doing today? You doing good? You got any big plans for today? 2, 3. That's not it. 4. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, doing good? No, just resting? Okay. Man, that's. Weekends are good for that. I mean, unless you're working. I mean, obviously, if you're working, that's you know. Cedric, what's happening? How are you? Not much, man. I'm up building this detective agency book stand. Let me put this together. I'll show you what we're making. Uh, I have been not warned, but I have been told by my wife, and I've caught her eyeballing it a couple times. I think she might be trying to take this from me. Yeah. I I know the feeling. I've had a lot of people in and out of my door here recently. All right, so Cedric, we're working on the Insoon-Detective Agency bookend. We're finishing up. So we did this one last week. This week we're gonna finish up this bookend over here that's got pictures and all this here. So we're down in this area right now. But we'll put that together and get it all set. You're working on the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Are you doing the Speed Champion or the really big one? I do want to get that really big one, but man, cost-wise, especially right now, it's not something I'm really able to do. All right, so let's see. We need one, two, and then I need one of these. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to put, I'm skipping a step apparently. All right, so we're going to put this down here. One in the corner, and one in the corner here. These cream colored pieces feel really rigid. Really rigid, like they're not wanting to go in. But we do have workable drawers, which is nice. I'm doing the big one. Oh, yeah. I want that one. Here's my thing. I don't know where to put it. Next week, though, here. All right. I was saying this is a bit of a luxury item. Next week, I'll be building. It's the creative idea, the F1. It's got an actual like turn radius on it. It's got air pumps, like all like tire holders, flags, signs. This thing is a 1/12 scale, so it's actually scaled to the size of the 6-inch GI Joes or GI Joe Classified. Next week, I figure we'll do that one. I'm actually really stoked about that one. We'll probably have to break that up into multiple days, though. But that's that. Kind of that scale of that DeLorean. But man, that DeLorean, like looking at the price of it's like I want it, but I was like I can't justify that and get away with it and kind of get my wife behind that one. Do you like building Mold King sets? Yeah, for the most part. There have been a few times where I've gotten into the set and I'm like, it works, but there's been a few things that I'm like, this has got to change, or something's got to give. There's got to be a different build. One of the boats that I built back in the day when I had my old harbor town out, I had set that right there. I had an old like little harbor set up, and I think it was a police boat, maybe. I had troubles getting certain things to fit, and every time I would take the roof off to move a fig, the whole thing would collapse on me, and that one started to make me kind of mad. That one got boxed back up. I haven't dealt with that one in a while. But like it's weird. Some of their building techniques are just kind of like strange. Some of the newer sets have gotten better, but some of the original first kind of Mold King sets, you're like, why in the world would you stack 5 1x1s here and 5 1x3s here, and then have all these extra 1x3s. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And so there were some building techniques that, as I was getting back into building on this scale, not dealing with the mega constructs, and I was getting some of those alternative brands, I really had to force my brain into a new way of thinking about how to build. So that really, Mold King kind of forced me to kind of rethink how I built some stuff, which could be its own blessing in disguise, to be quite honest. But yeah, not every build that I've done by them has been like spot on amazing. Some have been super 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 aggravating, and I'm hoping that'll be a like a pretty good set. I'm thinking it will be. Though I went to look to see, who has already done reviews of it, and no one has. So I was like, well, all right, let me be the person. Let me take the bait here. Let me be the guy. Um, and so as I'm redoing and rethinking some of the channel, some of the stuff is I'm getting some of these budget items and looking at it. Is it worth it or not? Sometimes it's not, to be quite honest. Though there you get some decent parts out of it. I guess some of it's the experience, right? Let's see. I'm also doing my own version of Poseidon, the god of the sea. Ooh, oh man, how big? Please, so Fortnite, the Lego Fortnite did. It was the Mecha Team mech, or the Mecha Team leader. The huge. I think it's like this tall. Comes with like the Mecha Team leader minifig, and I have been just absolutely like amazed by that thing. It's it's $250, I think. It's expensive. Like, I don't think I'll ever get it, but I was like, man, I would love to see like something from Pacific Rim or like Gundam, in that scale where you have the clickable, like movable arms and stuff, and it's all done by build. So when Luma Bricks, they sent a questionnaire to me recently, kind of asking, hey, as a longtime fan, someone who does this, what kinds of things would you want to see? And I had mentioned that I love, because it was mainly focused on Cyber City stuff. And so I was like, I love the Cyber City stuff. Like, I enjoy it. I was like, but there are some small builds we want. But honestly, I kind of feel like we should probably open up a territory of like, kind of open up the territory of having like some kaiju and some kaiju and like Jaeger style suits and things like that. So I put that in. I don't know how much of an influence I have with them. Like, I know I've suggested things. They said that they were moving them over to teams. I haven't seen any of that come into fruition yet, but that stuff takes a while to develop. But that would be really cool to get, especially some lit up kaiju and lit up Jaeger or mobile suit sort of builds down the road from Lumabricks, that we could build these kind of like giant monster and suit things. I would totally put that in my little city. Like, I would totally love doing that. I can't wait to see your Lego Gundam. I think that would be dope. How far are you on it? Like, are you at a good point to start sharing, or are you still kind of getting some developing done? I'm just interested, just checking, just seeing. Who is this here? Sorry, nope. Trying to find. Hey, Stacy, how are you? Hey, Jackson, how are you? Aiden, what's up? All right, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna pop these 1x3s on. See, this is where earlier we were talking about the black printing for pieces that are black versus the brown printing. To show that it's black, it's done with a white line for its illustration, so you're going to be able to see it. I'm just doing the waist area. Okay, man. So are you posting them? Cause I don't think I've seen anything come up on your post yet about it. So I'll need to go and check that out and see what you're doing. I want to see what you've come up with. If you have, if not, then I'll back off. I'll leave you alone. Won't stress you about it. I want to see it now. I think that'd be really cool. I'll have to go check out your post later. Go check it out if you have it on there. I remembered, so I went and bought. It was a we went to Barnes and Noble yesterday, and my kid, he wanted it was a Jujutsu Kaisen book, and his friend was with them. His friend got a little snail puppet, and I picked up I was looking at all the Lego sets, and I was actually looking for Steve's Desert Expedition because I want to put it with my Illager Desert Defense set. It says I can send you some of the ones. Yeah, I'd love to see. Yeah, send it on my DM. I'd love to see it. And if you want me to share it, let me know too, because I'm totally about sharing this stuff out if you're okay with it. But if you're still like, hey, I'm still kind of developing it, then I won't. But I ended up getting it was a Lego pen, and it was a gel pen that's got like a plate on top, a plate on the bottom. So it's got anti-studs on one side, it's got studs on the other side. It's 1x4s, and it comes with like leaves and like some it's nothing. It's like a little silly thing, but I got it and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get this so that way I can bring in a notepad, I can write down stuff. Where is it? It's still sitting out there is what it's doing. Cannot believe it, man. My brain. My brain just, it ain't braining these days. Oh man. But other than that, I was cool. I was happy to get it. I still haven't found that Steve's Expedition set at a decent price. A lot of people were wanting like $25 for it. I'm like, man, the set came out, it was like $8. So I'm trying to get closer to maybe 12 tops and not go too far over the original price. But it's like people are selling. It's like someone will be like, hey, I've got it for like $5. I'm like, oh, that's great. And then you find out it's like $15 shipping. You're like, yeah, I ain't doing that. Or it's like, make an offer $10 and it's like $12 shipping. I'm like, well, I could do this, and I'm like, nope on a rope, not doing it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Shipping has gotten kind of ridiculous, but it's also just the cost of the resale of the sets, and I don't know why that was such a popular set. It not but 2 months ago I could find it anywhere, and now it's kind of missing. So in time, though, I did get a 2001 set. That was the this one goes right here. A 2001 set that was Steve's, I think it's the skeleton dungeon, or maybe it's a zombie dungeon. It might be the zombie dungeon. That one should be in the mail today. And then I got some of the Ollie G cheapies that I'll be looking at as well and doing some reviews on that. We'll see how that goes. I can already tell you it's not going to be the best at all. Hey, Live Left Lego, how are you? Hopefully you're doing good today. Hopefully you're doing good. Alright, so we got a 1x4. 1x4. 2x2. A 2x2 L tile. We got 3 of these 1x2 jumpers. 1, 2, 3. 3 jumpers. Ha ha ha. 1x2 plate. looks like two 1x2 tiles. One, that's an anti-tile. Two of these 1x1s. There's a lot of parts in one step. And then one 1x1 tile. Good Lord. Too much. Too much. Alright. So let's gotta press that down where I can see what I'm doing. This light here. Okay, here we go. So we've got our 1x2 jumper. We know it's a jumper. Why? Because there's a stud in the center. We've got a 2x2. That was actually my name back in high school. Was stud jumper plate. No, I'm gonna stop. That joke went south. It was no good. Ignore it, please. Do not engage with me on that joke. It was bad. Not good. Not good at all. Of course, when you bring notice of it, it makes the situation worse, Tay. Alright, we got our 1x1 there. L tile here. It's like that weird sort of... It's that weird sort of embarrassment when you start a joke, you realize in front of a lot of people it's not going to work. You're going to walk it off. So instead of walking it off and like kind of playing it cool, like, nah, ain't nothing. Instead, you bring more obviousness to it by sitting there and talking it down the whole time. And you're just kind of like, hey, brain, can you stop now? Because you're getting embarrassing. Very embarrassing. We got 1x2 L tiles, 1x2 jumper plate, let's see, a 1x1 tile. Should have a 1x1 plate in there. Let's see, a 1x2 tile. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. And a 1x1 plate. Okay. So this is supposed to go in the center. Yes. 1 and 2. And then we've got jumper plate here. L tile. A 1x1 plate. Another L tile. 1x1 tile. And then a 1x2 tile. Oh man, Brick Trucker! What's happening, my man? How are you? How are you? Life treating you well? You doing good? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, I gotta hear something. Okay. It's like I heard a bunch of craziness out there. My kids got some friends over, so I'm like, like, keep your hands out my Lego city. You're good? Nice. Nice. Brick guy, what's happening? Alright, so we've got a lot of drawers here. Lots of drawers for Sherlock Holmes's drawers. Brick guy, I actually have a question for you. Let me know when you're ready. Finished the Italian restaurant. I'm doing the Lego Corvette. Let's see. Got the game stack and second time. Oh, nice. The Galleria, the brick art gallery in the lighthouse. That's a lot. Okay, so, and this was something I was, I think it's Big Rick's Bricks. I was talking with him, and he was doing a review of this. Now, this is the Sherlock Holmes Detective Agency. This piece right here, is this supposed to be a mailbox? The big rainforest cell? Yeah. I've been doing okay. instinctively I want to say, oh, I've been doing great and all this, and that's not exactly the truth. I've had some struggles here lately, but I'm pulling through. I'm kind of getting where I need to be. Kind of getting some stuff set with kind of work life and all that. But yeah, it's been okay. Are you asking if I think? Yeah. Does it look like a mailbox? Because the guy, when he was reviewing it, he wasn't sure. I said it was a mailbox that looked like the really tall, like street corner mailboxes that are red, that have all the slot holes on one side. It's a royal mailbox. Okay. Yeah, I would love to tell him, and I'll do is I'll tag you in that as well, so that way we can start that part. I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's a royal mailbox. I like that. Some stickers could help. Yes. Unfortunately, there were no stickers that came with this set. Now I have seen what looked like mailboxes sort of like that had stickers, but they were blue instead of red, and this one was red, so I was just kind of thrown off. Or really just one with a hole, so just like one hole and then everything else. So it's like a capture box. What I'll do is I'll look it up when we're done. I'll kind of look at what the royal mailboxes look like, because I'm guessing it's just a tall thing that probably has an open bin on the bottom and then a slot, right? Kobe, you're back. You could not handle being away from me. You're like, you know what? Bro's got it. Hey, how did basketball go the other day? Hopefully you had a good time. Didn't overdo it. All right, 1, 2, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 1x1 tiles with a clip. Yeah, place letters in the top. Okay. Okay. Rudy, how are you? And then we got a 1x2 and a 2x2. So we're going to place 2x2 here, 1x2 here, and these are going to hold our various items on our desk. This is probably one of the coolest desks I think I've seen in a while. So it's got drawers on one side, drawers on the other side, so it's obviously more like a workbench. I dig this. It's still the Insoon. I'm gonna finish it up today, so we'll finish this up so that way I can take it, I can review it on my channel, and then if it doesn't get taken by my wife, then I will I will probably rebuild it into its own building, like an old-fashioned roll mailbox. And here's the thing, that right there, that makes sense just due to the fact that if this is the detective agency, this is supposed to be Sherlock Holmes, and it's supposed to be an older set, kind of turn of the century, then that would make sense why it's like that. Do I plan on getting the barber shop? Okay. Trying to think of the best way to put this. If I get money to get a new set, because I've been a bit on a buying freeze. If I get money to get a new set, it's been a toss-up between the Old West Carpentry Shop. I still want to get the blacksmith, but then there's also the skate park. And I have been on the fence. I want to get the barber shop, but I still haven't gotten the record store yet. And I haven't gotten the boxing club. And so I love the look of that barber shop, but I'm not sure I'll be able to get it in the collection, because the next Street Fusion set that I should get should be the record store, because that'll be out of all the ones I mentioned, that'll be one of the ones that gets axed soon. It's a bestseller, but it's a few years old now. And I still haven't gotten the boxing club. Nope. And I still haven't gotten the record store. And I know the record store is, from what I understand, a solid build. And it's one of those that I really want to get. But some of their pricing has gone up, and I need to hit a sell. Not just I need to hit a sell. I need to hit a sell and be able to safely kind of say, hey, we can afford this, because I know that if I go and get it, um, that'll be the only thing I'd be able to get for that month. Because it's just I wish I made more and I don't. Hey Brandon Spricks, how are you? But it's something I do want to get. Out of all those, record store comes first, then boxing club, and then I think I talked about it on my channel. If I had a choice for the next set out of the new ones that came out, my next one would be the skate park, and then I would do the barbershop after that. Like, I like the barbershop, and it looks solid. It looks amazing. But the skate park for me is a must. Yeah. I haven't got the boxing club or record store, but went ahead and got it. Yeah. Well, I don't. Okay. I don't have to get those before I get the others, but I will say that you know my list, because I do want to get the boxing club, because I've got a background in boxing. I do want to get the record store. I do like records. We have a local record store here. Out of the two, I know people have said, the record store is a great build and I should get it. I'd like to experience that. If they're like, hey, you only have this much money, you have to get one of the two, I would probably get the boxing club over the record store, because again, I've got that backing with boxing. Between the barbershop and the skate park, I would choose the skate park because I've got the backing, I've got history with skating. So for me, skating, boxing, yeah. Barbershop, man, if I had the money, yeah, I would get all the others. But all of it, always stated on money. Same with, someone wrote out the other day about, if you had a chance to go with a bunch of AFOLs to Denmark, would you? I'm like, dude, I'd love to if I had the money. Bearded, what's up? Brother, I will admit, your morning proclamations of happiness have kept me going. I appreciate you so much. I really do. You are helping out a fellow AFOL so much. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. I really do. And I'm so glad. So the other day I saw that I was struggling, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to your channel to see if you posted your morning affirmation of, hey, goodwill, you got this, last day of the week sort of thing. And I went on, I saw that I didn't even mean to get on, but fate just happened to put it to where I was able to get on for a few minutes and see your live. And I was pounding that like, man. I was like, I'm going to get you that win, man. You deserve that one. So I'm glad that you got that win on the battle. Like, fun. All right. So we got a music sheet, we got a guitar with no printing, by the way. That's a little weird. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. All right, and then it looks like we are building a coat rack. So we're going over to this side. I've seen here. I'll show it right here first. So I've seen a lot of these show up recently. I've seen a lot of these showing up recently. These little rocket base. It seems kind of weird that this has been coming up in a lot of sets. And this was something from my childhood. So I feel like they're kind of bringing some old bricks out of retirement to bring them in. Uh-oh, I missed something. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm just being like, like, wow. There's a lot of gifts. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, I get the barber shop in a week or so. Or hold on, I missed it. Holy Airball, Sweaty Teddies. Oh man, just one more piece. How are you, my man? You doing good? So you might have to tell me one more time. When are you getting that barber shop, Brick Trucker? I missed it. Absolutely missed it. So real quick, sound off. What has anyone had a favorite build this week that they've been working on? I know I have been doing recently. I got some Minecraft sets, and I have been. You got it a week or so ago. Okay, have you put it together yet? Because I'm interested. I've watched Jang, and I saw him talking about the other day, and it looks really good. Like it's a solid build. Goonie ship. Oh man, yeah. And I know a lot of people, when that came out, that was like their focus build. It takes a while, but I hear, like, as far as the Technic build for the pieces that go into it, all the really cool things, it's a nice nod to the Goonies fandom. I did the free Lego build at Barnes Noble yesterday. That was pretty cool. Oh, I think I missed that, or maybe that's today. I don't have my phone on me, but nice. What was the free build? It was a Star Wars build, wasn't it? 216, 2, 4x8, 4x8. Is that right? Yeah, 4x8s, and then 1x2s. All right. It was a hummingbird. Oh, May is the free Star Wars build. Okay. Yeah, I went by yesterday, but it was in the evening, and I was just looking at sets because I was thinking about getting a set while I was there. But what I was looking for, yes, yeah. Hold on, I'll show you. All right, I'll show you here. Okay, this is really nerdy, by the way. Okay. So I go to, there's a shop local that has a bin of parts, and it's like sometimes I'm going down a list of what I need, and I'm like, but I don't always, like, I'm going fast, and so I don't want to sit there and count, or if I'm tired, I get kind of like, not stupid on counting, but it's like, hey, hey, bricks and stuff. So what I did is I finally found someone that tattooed it on me. Most of my local shops, they wouldn't do it, but it is a 2-scale plate measure. That this is a 2 and 16 right there. So I know 2 tall, 16 wide. Boom. Rebrickable scale map is what you use. Yeah, well, and this is, I believe, the rebrickable scale map for the 6 to 16, but I just had it tattooed on me, so if I go somewhere, I'm not gonna miss it. I got it with me. I'm looking for an excuse to put tattoos on me. It is ridiculous. You say amazing, but you're like, that's amazing, Tay, but it's like, that's really nerdy, man. You could imagine at work here recently, that has been like one of those things. It's like, oh, I heard you got a tattoo. It's like, oh yeah, let me tell you about it. And of course, that's even more like lines for me to carry like some Legos in my pocket to show them. We're all nerds here. I know. I'm a diehard Lego fan, but not getting a Lego tattoo by no means am I judging. And hey, you don't have to. My wife ordered the new black Lego. Oh, you got the Lego Crocs? Those things look ridiculous. I kind of wonder. Hold on. Let me grab it. Let's see if I can get it without knocking like parts over. All right. So I have an old Duplo bucket, okay? And I've kind of wondered if the Crocs would fit the bottom, the anti-studs of the Duplo bucket. I wonder if you could put that and it would snap into the Crocs. It seems really dumb, but that's my. I want to. Here's the thing. I don't wear Crocs. Like that's just not my thing. Most of the time, I walk barefooted. Like when I go outside, barefooted. Walk around like most parks barefoot. I was skating barefooted for a while until it was like it became hard to stop, sort of thing. Most of the time I would abandon board, just run and jump off. But I either have skate shoes, my jump boots for Ghostbusters, or I'm barefooted. But I'm tempted with the Crocs just to see if the Duplo bucket will fit on them. Crocs or the clogs. I've heard a buddy say if they were uncomfortable. No, that would be so upsetting. That'd be so upsetting. All right, so I am finishing up today. I've got the Detective Agency Bookends from Insoon. We did this side last week, so we're actually on the interior part this week. And it's supposed to be Detective Agency. It's supposed to be Sherlock Holmes. It's his office. And my wife, when I told her what it was, she kind of she put her eye on it. So I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to keep it. The clogs, I guess it's what they were called, like normal Crocs. Well, they're blocky. Here's the thing. I know that they are Crocs, but they are uber blocky. They look, in my opinion, they look slightly ridiculous. And I mean, it's slightly ridiculous in kind of a fun way, I haven't tried them yet, but thanks for the plug. Check them out. Hey, afternoon. Who would tell me afternoon? Briggs with Joe. Joe, I was just talking about you, man, because you were doing the Insoon. I think I mentioned it on your channel, right? On Popular Today. Let's see. Actual Lego Crocs that you can wear are nice, but I want to find out, do they fit to the Duplo bucket? Let me get my Duplo bucket one more time. Because I've got the Duplo bucket. These, I kind of wonder if they fit. Not the blocks today. They have the new ones. Not the block ones. Okay. So I feel like I'm behind on the Crocs thing. I need to go and look it up. Hold on. I'm rebuilding the Avengers Tower, doing a deep clean and a light kit. Nice. Hey, Card King, how are you? Bye, Kobe. I'll see you later, my man. Hey, Connor. So I was gonna ask, Joe. There's black ones at the Croc store, actual Crocs. Okay, but they have something Lego about them, I'm guessing. Is that what the case is? They're Crocs. They're not the block Crocs. Or like the block clogs, but they're Crocs. But there's something associated with Lego. Am I correct on that? Correct. Okay. All right. So I'll need to look that up. I haven't seen it. Yes, covered in Lego. Oh, covered in Lego pieces. So does it have clutch power? Can you like stick stuff on it? Because now I've got I almost bought a hat the other. No. Oh, come on. I almost bought a hat the other day that had like on the bill, it had the studs that came up. I was like, oh, I'll just put some builds up there. And then I was like, that might be me taking it just a little too far. They're called Masterpiece Collection, I think. Okay, so it's kind of like with the Ghostbuster Crocs, where they had like the Ghostbuster Crocs had a certain look about them that had like the ecto stuff and these sorts of things on it. So I'm guessing it's kind of like that, where it's like really just cool themed towards Lego. I thought I saw a pic of someone rocking a minifig on it. Yes. So I've seen some people do a minifig. I would probably get a secondary Netherworld lava battle for Minecraft, and I would put that on there, battling like Fortnite, and use that as my bill. Hey. Yeah, Lego name on it, and it had Lego studs on it. Okay, but it's you can't like stud anything to it. I'm guessing it's just kind of like that. Hey, thank you for the heart memes. I appreciate that, everybody. Oh man. Oh, so Joe, you had, I think it was on your channel, you were doing the Insoon-Detective Agency bookends. Am I correct? Because I think I was chatting with you on the YT about that. Um, I've got an answer for you that we got. No. Oh wait, hold on. No, that wasn't me. Oh man. All right, I gotta figure out who it was then. I had an answer. I thought that was your channel. Oh, okay. No, I know who I know whose channel it was. All right, I'll find it later. But how have you been, man? You okay? Hold on. We have got an issue here. All right, and we're gonna have to find a correction because this is not going to work. Boom, boom, and boom. All right. So here is a problem that we have. They have us putting these candle pieces. 3, 4. I'm missing one. I'll have to find it. Not sure where it went. I might have some extras somewhere. Okay. So they I know you can't put anything on the studs. I'm good trying to try on another brand in a couple days. What brand are you gonna get? I know we've talked about Lumi. We've done that. We've chatted about that for a while. Okay, I'm gonna show this real quick. So, hey, Live Laugh Lego, Kata, yeah. There's been a few things. I finally got around to Rio Bricks and tried one of their builds, which I liked. Kata is one that I've come across because they have it's a modern style Japanese izakaya that I really want to get, and so I've been eyeballing that as well. Prices have been good on it too. Got the Angie GT3. They have modules now, but a small coffee shop. Ooh, okay, yeah. There was one that was that I found that was like a modern style, supposed to be a modern style Starbucks that I was thinking about, but the back of it's not modular, so it's just open in the back, and I was like, I don't know about that. All right, so here's what we got. We got these candelabra pieces that are supposed to fit in this 1x2, so it's a 1x2 rounded plate with pinholes in it. And one of the issues that we have is there's not enough of the stem, so when you actually stud this down, the candle pieces step out. So with that, I would probably change it up where I put in maybe a couple, and I don't know if I have any 1x1s. I was looking to see if I had any 1x1 round plates with pinholes in it. I might have to search for that later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to take just the flames, I'm going to put them off to the side. And then I'm going to go ahead and press all of these 1x2 round plates with pinholes here. And we'll have to come back to the flames because I have a feeling that they're not going to fit unless we alter it. So I'm going to put those over there. That'll definitely be something to bring up in the review. All right, so so double check the manual, make sure there isn't really small round pieces that goes on the brick first. And that's what I thought. So they have it to where I got straight to plate. So I've done my 2 4x8s back to back, 2 16 underneath. And then they have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 1x2 round plates with pinholes, okay, in orange. Awesome. And then here I was looking, we're finishing up this furnace piece here, but then these are supposed to fit right into it, but it doesn't. It's almost like the candelabra pin is too long on these. I would either shave off the end a little bit or put a new stud in there. Let's see. Of not, if you have an extra Lumabrix pieces sitting around here. If not, yeah. Well, so right now this space in here is. I don't want to admit that I got a brick problem, but I got a brick problem. And some of it, hey, it's funky. But I think what it is, I've got bins full of just parts. And I need to kind of sit. I should probably be doing a live where I'm just sorting right now and kind of going through things. So I've got my bins are all sorts of crazy. But I need to go through the parts, and I know I've got somewhere in one of these bins, somewhere, I know I've got a whole thing of, let's move those over here. Let's pull this. Let's see. I know I've got a bin of random stuff, and I'm pretty sure I have, like, I could use some of these. I know I've got some others somewhere. I might have some black ones in here. I just need to find them and put them up. But hey, I'll definitely, if I can't find them and I can't find a solution, I'll hit you up. Most definitely. I'd love that. Sharing parts, man. That's how we do it. Let's see. Currently breaking down 4 modulars to make more room. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, they keep building. Like, they keep giving us more and more. Like, yeah. And then about halfway through, you're like, wait, where am I going to put this again? You know, at this point, I've got stuff encroaching. Like, I built that whole table out there to put the city on. And I was like, I'll put my Western stuff up here, make room in here. I got the table built. Only had room for the city. Western stuff is still underneath. Hi. Hey, please watch the boxes over here. We're being visited by an alien and Kylo Ren. Let's take a look at this. This has gotten ridiculous. So we've got an alien and Kylo Ren with an eyeball hanging out. All right, boys. Hey, watch the guitar. Make sure you don't knock anything over. I will see you all later. No. Leave my Hey, you hear my voice? Yeah, man. It's a Lego set. It's a lightsaber Lego set, but it's a Lego set. And besides, you only got one good eye. You got no depth perception. I'll see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Yep. Buy now, worry about the space later. Yeah, I guess. Lucky. I'm lucky there's anything new that has come out that I want. I'm playing catch up. Hey, afternoon. What's up, Brick Trucker? Well, you say nothing new that's come out except Brick Guy and I were talking about it. The barber shop that came out, the skate shop that I want to get, and the carpentry shop that I want to get. And then there's a few of the Lego Minecraft sets and some of the Fortnite builds that I want. So I'm like, and the Fortnite builds, I'll probably need to grab them soon because there's a few of them that are on that area of retirement. One of which is the battle bus. I want to get the battle bus. I'd like to get Columbo. I also want to get the Mecha Team mech. But man, that Mecha Team I want, but that thing is like $250. Yeah, I'm not feeling any of the new stuff into medieval right now. Ooh, now, what was it? Lumi just put out recently. I know that they have the banquet hall. That was from the last season. They have the They had the guard tower, the guard station. Battle Bus and Columbo are on sale right now. Where at? I can't imagine. But like, honey, I did a thing. Brick Trucker, that would be me getting to say it. Honey, I did a thing. Hey, Def Lego, what's happening? Um, yeah, where's it on sale? Oh, okay. And Best Buy. Here's the thing. I just did we just got this weird payment plan and stuff with Best Buy because my kid had to get a new computer. I might have to go over there today. It seems kind of weird. Treasuring the banquet hall. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. That's my favorite saying. I did a thing. It's like, honey, I just want you to know you look lovely today. I'm loving what you've done with your hair. So, what'd you do? I can imagine. I bought myself an early Father's Day gift. I hope you don't mind. You don't have to get anything for me. For 85? Man, that's actually a good price. What was is the Battle Bus kind of the same? Cause out of the two, if I had to get one, Battle Bus comes first, cause I can float that one over my city. I was kind of hoping that they would do more, like about the same. Oh man, I was kind of hoping that I would see more news about the Fortnite sets. I haven't seen anything. I was like, maybe they'll do like a Tilted Towers or something like that, but I just haven't seen anything come out. But Fortnite's on the struggle bus right now. They're having a hard time keeping fans apparently, and they've gone up in their cost per V-Buck, for what you get per V-Buck. She opened my delivery yesterday to get her things out of the box and saw my brick art gallery. You're like, whoops. My birthday is next week and I'm hoping for a $65 Lego set. Not 65, 650. Dude, when my birthday rolls around, I'm hoping for a $65 set. What are you hoping to get? Is it? It is what it is. That's right. I know, right? So I had to ask, what's the set that you're wanting to get? Because that would be 600. I'm trying to think of what 600. Oh, the Pokemon. Oh yeah, dude, that's been one of those. You talk about controversy right now. The Pokemon sets and people getting mad about the cost of the Pokemon sets versus what what Mega had before. Well, I have to admit, Mega, like, think Father's Day, nice. Set up for the new Black Pearl. Ooh, yeah, that set. From what I've seen, is phenomenal. So, here's the thing with the Pokemon. I know Mega did it before. Mega did it more cost effectively. I like Mega Bricks, but the Mega Construct stuff it's weird because it's all the same company, but I feel like Mega Construct's clutch power for their bricks is pretty good. Mega Brands, their clutch power is sometimes questionable. And there was like the truck sets I put together. I was cutting my fingers open trying to put those things together. And I was like, I like them. I can't really use the big wheel truck for anything else. And I thought they were, I was like, they're okay, but they're 5 studs wide, so they're already kind of weird. And they just, I don't know, they left kind of a lackluster feel to me. I was like, I like them, but I didn't like them, and their minifigs were kind of off. I've got another older set that's a police chase that has like a helicopter and another, again, 5 stud wide car with like a criminal and all that. I need to put that one together. But I don't know. I was just a little thrown off about them. I would, in that case, I would definitely say the cost of the Lego Pokemon, it's high. And yes, and compared to what Mega is doing, they're very pricey. But you're getting probably a much better quality build. I want the Snake Mountain Castle Grayskull from Mega Blocks. Yes. Now, did you see? Okay, so they just put out. Gotta take my glasses off for this, man. Because I was like, Mattel, what in the world are you thinking? So they put out for the brand new movie, okay? They put out a Castle Grayskull facade. Love it. Yeah, Castle Grayskull facade. New colors with the red vine stuff on. I was like, I dig that. And then I saw the minifigs, and they are small. Who was around when Kenner did the micro collection Star Wars? Okay, they had little figures with like bases on them, and they were die cast. I had a few when I was a kid. I did like them quite a bit, and I think even like Galoob, Micro Machines had sets that were like the heads that open up. You had them little minifigs, things like that. So what they did is they have a brick built Castle Grayskull facade, which looks chef's kiss, right? Beautiful. And then they've got these teeny tiny micro figures on stands that are like no articulation, just figures. And I was like, oh, come on. It's like, you're killing me. So like, this was a chance for the AFOLs that missed on Grayskull to get a Grayskull. Now it's like, I can get it, but these micro figures, they're going somewhere else. It's not good. Says the main issue I have with the set is it really should have been 3 different sets and not one big one. I agree with that. They could have done like the entry gate, west wing, left wing, and kind of built it up that way. I know that the what is it, the Dread Point and the Terror Glider, that vehicle that fit on top, they did that as separate, and they did it where it would build in, and that's nice. But yeah, they could have split it up and made it a little more cost effective. It's still pricey to this day. It's more pricey now than it was then. Which, like, I love that set and I want to get that set. I've got all the other Castle Grayskulls except about the time Origin came out is when I stopped. But I have Castle Grayskull. I have the Classics Castle, which is one of my favorites. I have the 2000X Castle, and they're all complete, put together. The vintage one's refurbished, and I really wanted to get the Mega Blocks, didn't really have a place to put it, and now looking at costs, I was like, there's just no way. That's one of those I'm just gonna have to wipe my hands and be like, hey, I'm done. Hey, Poppet, how are you? It's like I'm kind of, that is one of those battles that I'm not going to win, unfortunately. And now I know, and knowing, that's half the battle. Kind of like with the G.I. Joe series Creo bricks. Now I missed out on those, and then after I started seeing the reviews of some of them, I'm like, yep, you know what? I don't need them. Some of the minifigs I wouldn't mind get, but yeah, that's it. I do have a good small collection of the Masters Universe from Mega Constructs. I've got the Battle Ram, the Wind Raider. I got a bunch of the minifigs, and I think I was looking at getting the Roton. And I think that was going to be it. The big Pokemon set should have been... Oh, okay, so the big... Yeah. I will agree with you. I agree with the fact that Grayskull probably should have been broken up too. But yeah, the Pokemon set with the 3 Pokemon all together, I feel like that is a cash grab. I think they were just trying to get as much money as possible at first to cover some sort of big bill to say, hey, look, they sold out. If we do this, everyone will buy it. And it's like, that one, it sold out pretty much immediately. Like, it did not take long for that to sell out. Hey, Freddie, how are you? 2, 3. I wanted to say that was what, kind of one day. Some of the sets sold out almost immediately. Is it Eevee that's still available right now? Like the smaller set? But still at that, she's not very big, and she's, I think, 65. She's the most cost effective. She's 65 and still doesn't feel exactly worth all the money. Thanks to scalpers. Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing with our scalper buddies. They bought it all. Now they gotta sell it for more. And some people right now in this economy, they're just not buying it. I have a feeling there's some people that are sitting on thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon sets that they can't do anything with. Hey, Witch Doctor, how are you? I have a feeling there's some people that are having a hard time. Alright, so let's see. 3 and 1 right here. Okay. Yeah. Scalper wise, man, I don't know. So did anyone, and I would, I'd put it in the chat, did anyone actually buy any of the Pokemon sets on day one? There was nothing that I got personally on day one for anything from Lego. I know there were a few things I had ordered beforehand, but I didn't order it on Lego. And for their big sets for Pokemon Reveal Day, I didn't buy anything. Nope, never was a fan. It's like I like the idea of Pokemon. I think there's some pretty cool stuff, but I don't know. I think for me, I would probably go back to Mega and get those. And I went looking at some of the Mega sets and was thinking about some of those to get, because there's a local Dollar General that still has a bunch of them, and I was gonna grab a few, but then I started looking at the scale and then looking at the price of what they were asking, and it was like for $20 I could get, it was a part of a street corner and like a buildable Pokemon, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That, or at 15 I could get the Venom mech with like Miles Morales and Venom, and I'm like, I'll get this one instead, because there's one that it much rather fits with what I got. I didn't have kids till my mid-30s, so never got into it. I remember watching Pokemon, like I was in college at the time, and so I'd watch it a little bit, but it was one of those that in the dorms and in college, it was like it came on in between the Jerry Springer show and Ricky Lake. So when we were channel hopping and waiting for the new crazy TV hype show, we would see it a little bit. My very best Lego set, just Lego or all brands, because if it's just Lego, I would say just for Lego right now, just for Lego, I've got the Tumblr set. I haven't got to put it together yet because I'm trying to square some time with Tony for him and I put it together. But I'd say probably one of my most satisfying Lego builds recently that I really loved, the Pell Garden from the Lego Minecraft. I really liked that one. Also, the Speed Champions Time Machine. I absolutely loved that build. That was a beautiful one. Tudor Corner. So now, the out of Lego, I have not gotten any of the Lego modulars. Now I've heard the Tudor Corner is absolutely amazing. There's a couple of builds. There's a pharmacy shop that I'm looking at, but it comes out of the Lego Neighborhood book. That it's built like Lego, but it's not. It's not technically a Lego build. There was a what is it, a shopping mall corner or a pharmacy corner that I was looking at that was recent that I think would have been a pretty good build. And then there was a set that came out on the Bricklink Designer that I was thinking about. But I've never picked up any of the Lego modulars. I've heard wonderful things about them. Absolutely. I hear that they're absolutely stunning. Stunning builds. But my modular sets that I have, they're all... My modular sets are either Mold King or Luma Bricks. And that's been all of my modular sets. Or, let me rephrase that. Also, Falagil, which is, I think, BB Tillabricks. I did the hardware store with them and did a full review for them. That one was a very satisfying build. Though there were a few things in the build that as I went in, I actually marked, talked about ways to fix it, did video work about it, and then sent it to them. Because I was like, it's like your build is amazing, but there's some stuff that need to be fixed. And so I'm hoping they took that to heart. That was a pretty satisfying build, to be quite honest. 8, 2x6, and 2x3. All right, 2x6 right here. So how did you? Did I tell you I got the Mold King V12 Supercar engine set? No, you did. Here, hold on. I got something to show you too. So next week, if I can reach it. Next week I got the F1 by Mold King. So this will be built next week. You'll have to tell me how that engine is, because I've been eyeballing some of their engine sets, and I know Bearded Blue Collar Brick Builder, he would absolutely love those engine sets. Hey Dune Dad, how are you? Especially being because he's an avid gearhead. He would absolutely love those. I'm kind of interested. I have to check out and see how the build goes for you, because I think that would be, I don't know, man. I've come across them a few times. I was like, those would be pretty awesome builds, I think. Hello, how are you? Need to talk to me? Hold on. Come back. This happens every single time. Man. Alright, hold on. Let me get to a stopping point, okay? It looks like fun. Still got it looks like fun. It's got a motor. Nice. Here's the thing. I want to check it out. Have you been posting about it? I'll have to go to the channel and check it. Hey, Block Party. So what I might do, let me finish up this bag, okay? And what I'll do, I'll finish up this bag, and then I might have to go, okay? For me, and it's important, because, fathers, do not antagonize your children so that they lose or become discouraged. So I've got a child right now that's feeling discouraged. And I need to go out there and help him out. So I'm gonna finish up bag 4. I'm going to go take care of that, okay? Yeah, I got to go deal with fam. You're out here weeding? Weed eating? You're not eating weeds, are you? That's weird. No, I know you're not. All right, so everybody, I'm going to do this. I know it's early, but I got to go take care of this. Maybe I can jump on later, finish up back 5 on live. If not, I'll finish up on my own. We can talk about it. And I'll get the review of this up pretty soon on my channels. You can always find any of that info in my bio. I've got my link tree there. I've got all my stuff there that has all my info on there. I thank you all so much for showing up today and coming and hanging out with this old man with his braids and his glasses and my Billy Goat goatee. I appreciate it so much. Y'all have no idea, but I gotta go deal with fam. I want to make sure that my kid's on the right. So I'll be heading out. Hey, thank you all for showing up. I appreciate you all so much. You have no idea. I thank you all for the gifts, the comments, the chats. I do appreciate that, okay? Hey, I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you do about it. Good luck with the build, and happy brick hunting.